if we're continuing with history, the U.S. has never defaulted on their loans. But in order to keep paying the loans back in 2011 and even this year, we've had to shut down parts of the government. So what does that mean in relation to markets and keeping up with our debts?
Sure. A government shutdown is very different than a debt ceiling breach. A government shutdown happens every few years. It's essentially when Congress runs out of money and we have to shut down operations, furlough federal workers, certain pensions and benefits payments aren't sent. But it's very different from a debt ceiling breach where the Treasury is still able to issue debt and collect interest payments to pay off all of their obligations. So that's really the key difference. And that's why this can be so catastrophic. So a government shutdown, just for all the viewers at home, is very different than a debt ceiling breach. So it's not something that happens often. It's been 12 years since we've seen the last one. And that's why it's important to keep an eye towards it.
What would be the implications if the U.S. did default? How bad would it be?
It's really hard to say because it's never happened. But government spending would essentially crash. There would be no payments made to federal employees. To the consumer, interest rates would soar. And you could think about the implications that would have to buying a new car, buying a home. Talk about slowing the economy. High interest rates would certainly slow down the average consumer, or any consumer for that matter. Inflation would remain very, very sticky, and we would most likely see an outright collapse of the dollar. So it's something we haven't seen, we haven't had to contend with before. And for those reasons, we have to put some faith into our elected officials, even if it comes down to the wire, to really minimize that drama.
Stonebriar Wealth Management, advisors for your life.
This is not an offer to buy or sell securities. No investment process is free of risk, and there is no guarantee that the investment process described herein will be profitable. Investors may lose all of their investments. Past performance is not indicative of current or future performance and is not a guarantee.